I'm Randy Robertson with the Georgia Fraternal Order of Police. The mission of the Georgia Fraternal Order of Police is to take care of our law enforcement officers to ensure that they have better lives, to ensure that they have fair pay and benefits, and to also ensure that they are treated fairly. One of the important benefits that we offer is a legal defense plan. I don't think I have to tell any law enforcement officer that in today's climate, it's important that you protect yourself and your family with proper legal protection. And there's not a better plan in the United States than the legal defense plan of the Fraternal Order of Police.
Hi, I'm Lance LoRusso. I'm the General Counsel for the Georgia Fraternal Order of Police. And I appreciate you taking the time to learn about the Fraternal Order of Police and the FOP Legal Defense Plan. The FOP Legal Defense Plan is a program created by members for members to look out after our members. The FOP Legal Defense Plan is a program that provides attorneys for you if you're involved in an officer-involved shooting or a use of force case, a civil suit, or some sort of administrative action like a termination or suspension from your job. You pay less than $300 a year, and if you use a plan attorney, you don't pay any legal fees. The fees under the plan are unlimited. And let me repeat that, unlimited. If you happen to be indicted for using force during the course and scope of your duties as a law enforcement officer, whether you're on duty or not, defending that case can cost upwards of $100,000. If you have the legal defense plan, all you pay is a little less than $300 a year, and the plan takes care of everything else. Even if you're a retired officer, there's a program to cover you for $50 a year under HR 218 if you are carrying out of state or if you use the weapon. I've been a litigator for a long time. I defend companies and people. There is no better deal than the FOP Legal Defense Plan.
My name is Pete Cusick. I have about 32 years experience as a law enforcement officer. My career agency was the Orange County Sheriff's Office in Florida. I retired from there and decided to move to the North Georgia mountains, actually for a better quality of life, less stress, less crime, less traffic. And after moving up there, I missed police work and wanted to get back into it, so I decided to join a small police department. I joined the department. I'd already been certified in Georgia, because that's where I actually started my career before going to Florida. And I worked 16 months for the department. During the 16 months, I brought some high liability concerns to the chief. And one night I apparently arrested a wrong person, a juvenile. I came back to work after 3 days off, and the chief told me that I was being terminated. It caught me totally off guard. It was 6 o'clock at night. I was working the night shift, and I was surprised. I asked him, why am I being terminated? And he wouldn't tell me. He just said, you are, this isn't working out. I never thought you could get fired for bad cause or without cause. And in Georgia you can. Without the Fraternal Order of Police Legal Defense Plan, I probably would have just had to walk away, because I didn't have the money on my own to defend this case. It's your best defense you have out there as a cop in Georgia for a minimal cost.
I am Ashley Patterson. I have been in law enforcement for 9 years. In January of 2013, I joined the FOP. I thought it was a great plan. I thought everything they had to offer was amazing. I definitely didn't want to be without something, so I weighed my options and I joined the FOP. In addition to that, I looked into the FOP Legal Defense Plan, and I knew I had to get it. I could not be without legal defense. So in January 2013, I also signed up for the Legal Defense Plan, and approximately 72 hours later, I had to use my legal defense plan. I was involved in a shooting. The first person that I called was a lawyer of my choice. Within 30 minutes, my lawyer was by my side. My lawyer never left my side until I went home maybe 9 hours later. He explained the entire process to me, very knowledgeable. He knew exactly what was going to happen, how it was going to happen, when it was going to happen. Everything he said came to light. So I was very prepared going into my investigations. I felt comfortable with him by my side. And if you don't have anything, you have to have something. You have to have something, but you definitely need to look into the FOP legal defense plan. Your money goes a long way, and it's actually pretty inexpensive compared to what I was in prior to FOP. It was very inexpensive compared to that plan, and the options that I have, being able to call my attorney on his cell phone within 72 hours and say, hey, I've just been involved in a shooting and I need you. And he was there immediately. You have to look into this plan.
Probably the biggest reason is at-will employment. I mean, if you don't have a written contract for a specified period of time, any employee in the state of Georgia, including law enforcement officers, can be fired for a good cause, bad cause, or no cause at all, as long as it's not an illegal cause. A second side to that is right now, the current time that we're in, let's face it, there's an anti-law enforcement movement across the country.
So a little bit more about HR 218 coverage. That coverage is capped at $25,000, but it does take care of you on duty or off duty, in state, out of state, for carrying a weapon or if you use the weapon. Another thing I want to point out to you when we're dealing with administrative hearings, POST is always out there. The Peace Officer Standards and Training Council can always get involved if you are suspended for more than 30 days, if you're terminated, if you resign in lieu of termination, or if you resign while under investigation. The FOP Legal Defense Plan takes care of that, and a lot of times we work those cases in parallel for officers. Last thing I want to talk to you about is the FOP actions, not just under the Legal Defense Plan, but the other things we do for officers. Many of you have probably heard that the grand jury bill underwent a lot of changes this year as to whether officers could testify and whether they couldn't. We had a lot of people trying to keep officers out of the grand jury. The Fraternal Order of Police was on the front lines of that, and we wound up with a bill that will protect our members, provide a transcript of exactly what was presented to the grand jury, and still give our members the right to present and make a statement. The Fraternal Order of Police gets involved in the 360-degree circle to protect you as a member.
What the FOP Legal Defense Plan does is it provides you a personal attorney. A lot of times, you know, when officers need an attorney, the city, the county will cover them, but that attorney is actually representing the city, not the individual officer. The attorney is representing the county, not the individual officer. And when you can have your own attorney representing just you, it has a great impact. You know, every department, or most every department, has an appeal process if you're disciplined. And even for those that are, you know, maybe the word will be sharp enough to represent themselves, it'll have much greater impact when you have an attorney sitting there beside you.
So what can you expect out of a legal defense plan attorney? Well, the attorneys are screened by the FOP Legal Defense Plan to make sure that they're competent, they have experience, and that they have malpractice insurance, which is something you may not know when you go visit a lawyer that you find on your own. In addition, the officers can expect that the legal defense plan attorney will respond out to the scene of officer-involved shootings. I do that. I routinely respond out to the scene of officer-involved shootings. And as an example, I'm a retired officer. I'm a firearms instructor, a defensive tactics instructor, a taser instructor. I wrote a book on officer-involved shootings. You need to have an attorney representing you in the event of an officer-involved shooting or an administrative action or a civil action who has experience in these areas and can protect you and your family. All you'll do is contact the plan at the number on the back of your card, let them know that you need a legal defense plan attorney, and they will handle the rest.
In the climate today in the United States, which law enforcement officers are being required to operate, There's not a more important benefit offered by the Fraternal Order of Police than our legal defense plan.
Because if you need it, unless you're wealthy, you're not going to be able to afford legal coverage, and you're probably just going to have to walk away from your job and maybe your career.
So now you've heard from a couple of people who have used the plan. You've heard from someone who's been in the FOP for a long period of time, and you've heard from the FOP's lawyer. If you want more information, go to foplegal.com, or if you want more information on the Georgia FOP or to find a lodge near you, go to georgiafop.org. Take a moment to protect yourself and your family. Thanks for listening.